I'm 95 years old, and I've been watching the world change for nearly a century, and I've never seen people in such bad shape. When was the last time you felt truly alive? Not distracted, not entertained, not busy, alive. If that question makes you pause, then I finally understand why. And it has nothing to do with money, success, or how hard you're working. It's something much worse. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but you're doing it to yourself every single day without even realizing it. My name is Arthur Hale. And before you dismiss me as just another old man talking about the good old days, let me be clear. This is not about nostalgia. The past wasn't better. In many ways, it was harder. But something has changed in recent years. Something I've never seen before in my entire life. You have more comfort than any generation before you. More opportunity, more access, more convenience. And yet you feel exhausted, empty, like you're quietly drowning. I see it everywhere. In people walking down the street with their heads buried in glowing screens. In rooms filled with noise, because silence has become unbearable. In eyes that look tired, even when the body has done nothing all day. But listen carefully. I'm not blaming you. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not broken. You've just been pulled into something. Slowly, quietly. And I know this because I did the same thing. At 95, most of the people I grew up with can't even remember their own stories anymore. But I remember enough to tell you this. Something has been taken from you, and you didn't even notice when it disappeared. Let me take you back for a moment. I was 59 years old, sitting in my office on a Friday evening. On my desk was the biggest deal of my career. Years of pressure, flights, missed birthdays, late nights, all of it. It finished. Signed, complete. I sat there staring at that contract, waiting for that feeling everyone talks about. The rush, the pride, it was all worth it, but nothing came. Just silence. A strange, hollow silence. And for the first time in my life, I asked myself a question I had been avoiding for decades. What am I doing this for? But here's the truth. I didn't stop. I kept going. Another deal. Another target. Another distraction. Because stopping would have meant facing that emptiness. And most people never do. Instead, you fill your life with motion. You scroll, you work, you talk, you chase. Because stillness feels dangerous. Because the moment you stop, you meet yourself. And the truth is, you don't even know who that is anymore. I'm not talking about your job title, not your followers, not the version of you that people see. I'm talking about the person underneath all of that. The one who exists when there's nothing to prove. That person has been buried. Buried under noise, buried under busyness, buried under distraction, and that's why you feel empty. Not because something is wrong with you, but because something inside you is trying to wake you up. That emptiness, it's not a weakness. It's a signal, your soul whispering, this isn't how you're meant to live. But instead of listening, you drown it out. More content, more noise, more distractions. And every time you do that, the emptiness grows louder. I saw this clearly in my grandson. He S-N-R. Smart. Successful. Always connected. He came to visit me recently. Sat across from me for hours. And in all that time, he looked at me twice. Not because he didn't care, but because he didn't know how to be present anymore. That ability had faded, like a muscle he stopped using, and it broke something inside me, because I saw myself in him. I did the same thing, just without a screen. I was there, out, but not really there. At dinner, thinking about work. At celebrations, thinking about the next move. Even holding my wife's hand, while my mind was somewhere else. I thought I was living, but I was just passing through moments without ever touching them. Everything changed the day my wife, Ellen, began to fade. We were married for 68 years, and in her final days, something strange happened. She stopped talking about the past, stopped worrying about the future. She just existed. One afternoon, I asked her, "What are you thinking about?" She looked at me softly and said, "I'm not thinking, Arthur. I'm just here." And in that moment, a lifetime of noise inside me went quiet. Because she understood something I didn't. Ivy years. Life isn't somewhere else. It's not tomorrow. It's not in your plans. It's not in your thoughts. It's right here, right now. And if you're not here for it, then you're not really living. You're just waiting. Waiting for something better. But nothing better is coming. This is it, this moment, this breath, this second. And you're trading it for distractions, for noise, for things that won't matter. Let me tell you what you will regret. Not your failures, not your risks, not the things that didn't work out. You'll regret the moments you weren't present for, the conversation you half listened to, the person who needed you and you weren't really there, the sunsets you never saw, the life that passed quietly while you were busy somewhere else. And the worst part, you don't get those moments back. Time doesn't rewind. But listen, if you're not 95 yet, you still have something I wish I had more of. Time, not unlimited, but enough to change, enough to wake up, but not by doing more. By doing less, stop. Turn off the noise. Sit in silence. Face yourself. It will feel uncomfortable, like meeting a stranger inside your own mind. But that discomfort, that's where life begins, because slowly you start to notice things again. The sound of the wind, the warmth of sunlight, the presence of another human being, and that emptiness. It doesn't disappear instantly, but it transforms into something real. Not constant happiness, but meaning, connection, presence. That's what life actually is. At 95, I can tell you this with certainty. The world doesn't need louder people. It needs present ones. So look up. Put the phone down. Be here. Talk to someone and actually listen and taste it. Live instead of observing your own life from a distance, because one day you will reach the end. And you'll ask yourself one question. Was I really there for my life? Don't let the answer be no. You still have time. Start now.